know anybody prior to Camp Joy or joining this, and at the end of the first day I was like, wow, I must really trust everybody, because I really trusted them with myself and kind of your body. You're getting either thrown up a really tall wall and have to get over, and you can't do it yourself, and everyone here had really helped do that. And just every physical activity that we did, I mean, you really had to let yourself be vulnerable, and sometimes that's really hard, and especially with people you've never met before. So I think that was a really great lesson learned too, is to kind of just let yourself trust in other people, let other people lift you up.
I think it's amazing how supportive this group became so quickly.
I'm not from this area, so I just moved here a few years ago, and for me to just be in a group with all these people, and I was really actually very comfortable with everyone. Everyone was so supportive, even though I was thinking twin beds, camp, I'm not in junior high anymore. It was really just a great time with everyone. So
I was one of the ones who was really hesitant to go because I'm pretty quiet and laid back, and I thought, I'm really going to do this with 25 people I don't know. But it was a fantastic experience.
The disc profiles, it's something I've done a couple times, but through the leadership program, I think I was able to look at it a little different and how I could use it with my team and kind of the people around us. So certain people and certain personalities are better at certain things. So using that information and working with people and having that kind of trust was helpful.
When we went out on the activities course and started doing things, you could see everybody's roles started to form. So we had our leaders, we had those people that stood back and just watched what was going on, and then would input some information. So everybody had started developing their own roles within our group.
I knew for a fact that I would grace people with a lot of wonderful snores and keep some people awake, but also I had some great bunk mates.
I think we're all thankful there were earplugs provided in the bunk. So
one of the games we were playing, everybody had to write on a piece of paper something about you that nobody knew.
I sell relationship enhancement products. And so everybody's like, relationship enhancement products. So nobody could guess who it was. So I was like, oh, Wayne.
If the first guess wasn't wrong, then it had to be me. So I'm just sorry I didn't get the chance to do all the stuff that everybody was writing on their piece of paper. But
I can remember we had to walk balance beams that just kept getting further and further apart. So as a team, we had to embrace each other and help each other get to the other side. And you trusted whoever was down there that they weren't going to let you fall, that they were going to get you to that other side. And it was just amazing to see everybody embrace that and go with it. I'm not small, so climbing through ropes and stuff, it was the one thing I could tell myself was, they're not going to let me fall, and I'm not going to let them down. So I was going to do whatever I could to get through whatever small little spot I had to get through, in the spider web, because I couldn't let my team down.
One of the courses we went through with the stumps, you had to figure out how to get across there, is when we got across there that they told us, we've never seen it done that way, but we got across there. So it's you can't tell them we can't do something because we're going to figure out how to do it.
On the wood wall, where we thought it would take one tall person, one very strong person up top or something along those lines to get someone heavy over the wall, or someone that wasn't as tall, or to get a running start. And I think that we learned that just about anyone could do it if the positioning was right and if we worked together as a team. It was definitely a phantom rule there, the big one.
And it was kind of just a silent thing that they would help us with. Make sure you use all your resources. And we don't know what that meant. I mean, on the stumps, we had stumps and 2x4s or whatever they were. And they kept saying, use your resources, and we weren't doing that. And it was us. We weren't communicating. Somehow we got across, but I think we really regrouped and said, we've got to figure this out. I mean, it's not an initiative that doesn't work. I mean, there was a way, and we figured it out.
So the C's, based off the DISC assessment, stepped up, and that's where their strong suit was, and it was probably out of their comfort zone to do it. But once they did that, then that's when we were able to accomplish the goal.
I am a C. I'm the type of leader who will stand back and just watch everybody. And I knew what we needed to do, and I was one of the outspoken people will say exactly what we needed to do with the stumps. And finally, I'm everyone's over this. So I told Shannon, who was very outspoken, what we needed to do, and then we were done quickly after that. But I mean, it showed me that you don't have to be the super outspoken leader to be a leader. You can be reserved and quiet and just observe and still get the job done.
We had too many people trying to tell everybody what to do, and somebody yelled at us.
We've got too many people talking. We need to shut up and listen.
I think the funniest moment for me, though, was me crying and my partner doing a Facebook Live and not realizing that I was crying. I'm scared of heights, but it was fun. The funniest part was Ben's going, I didn't know what you were doing up there. And I was, he's like, I saw you, but I thought you looked fine. I was like, I thought I was going to die.
We went straight to the top, to the most challenging course, and it's some things you got to swing on and they twist you around. So he went first, and I'm just laughing the whole time. I couldn't stop crying. I'm crying the whole time.
I was tied in a pretzel.
It was hilarious. It was great. So I remember that. I still get a laugh out of it. I got through it no problem. It was easy. So
Obviously.
but it was fun. It was fun watching him.
So I strategically partnered myself up with the person I thought was the most scared, because deep down I was probably one of those people, and I thought it was neat that I was able to help that person across the line to help lead him.
My partner, I was putting on a brave face for her until we got to the zip line and realized that she wanted to go back. She wanted to walk back down instead of going down the zip line. And I thought, even if I have to push you off of here, this is the fastest way back down. And she used some words that may not have been appropriate.
So for me, I say the favorite day was actually the kickoff at the Lakota schools. We had Superintendent Miller actually dial in. He was at a conference. He gave a really great overview of what the school district was working on and what was coming in the future, and the fact that there were so many new opportunities for students, not just the college prep stuff, but stuff for trades and all sorts of things in the works. And that was awesome to see and hear.
My favorite days were the days where my classmates were actually leading that day. So we got to go visit our classmates in their workplace and got to watch them shine. That was amazing.
That was good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Shooting guns was a very, very, very close second, though.
Yeah.
Like having the judge come and talk to us about, what's been going on in his courtroom, and, kind of learning more about like the heroin epidemic and how it really affects him, and then talking to the police and going through the different stations and kind of learning more in depth, like what they do and, the different units and stuff. And then, shooting guns was interesting for me because I've never shot a gun before, so.
During the visit to the police station, Lindsay was in my group, and one of my, I don't know if I should say this on camera, but one of my favorite parts of it was that we were talking to the guys that handle narcotics, and they were, obviously explaining the opioid epidemic to us, and, he was showing us a bag with white powder in it, and he asked Lindsay, he said, put your hand out like this, and she said, okay, and he put the baggie in her hand, he said, see that? That's what heroin looks like. And she goes, okay. She starts breathing really hard. He goes, it's flour. I'm not going to give you heroin. It was just really cute.
So one of my favorite days was the law enforcement day. We learned about the Westchester Police Department, and we also went to the Butler County Jail. And that actually inspired me to learn more about the police department in my community. And I actually just graduated from my own township Citizens Police Academy due to that day.
I liked learning so much about just where I live. There is so much out there in the community that I had no idea. And I thought all of it was enlightening. I really liked the police department day because, and since then, if you read articles and stuff, you realize what an intensive police department that the Westchester Police Department has. And just their detectives and just how thorough they are and how advanced in technology they are. But I love this shooting day because I'm actually quite a good shot.
Yes.
I think with the whole premise of Leadership 21 being about business leaders within the I-75 corridor, our trip on the motor coach when we went up the I-75 corridor up to 675 was enlightening. Joe was on the bus with us that day and had a lot to share, but just the things that you hear and you learn, and we live and work in this community, and there were things that probably some of us didn't even know.
Yep.
I'm honestly shocked that no one talked about painting because there's a lot of good artists in this group. It was fun.
Each step we had to switch like a spot to the left. So it was like once you felt like you were in control of your painting, like, yes, I got this, and it's like to the left. And then you're like, okay, what you got to trust that they're going to keep going and not have a Deborah take off and do her own thing on it. So no, she did a really good job.
And it was stressful because you don't want to screw up somebody else's painting that had worked so hard on their painting.
This class has taught us to lean on other people. Case in point, the painting. You know, have somebody else come in and help you with your painting and trust that it's going to be done correctly. But I think that's probably one of the biggest things that we learned is delegating and allowing people to come in and help.
I think one of the things that I learned is that it's really not about my leadership skills, but about allowing other people to use their gifts and allowing other people to use their talents.
I think it just made me realize the different leadership styles that people have, and I've learned things as we've gone along from different people, just things that I can take back to my team, like the quiet leaders, and when I'm leading a team, making sure that I'm looking for that.
What words of wisdom would you give to the incoming class?
To have fun, take it all in, and never miss a class.
Just be really open and just let yourself enjoy it.
And be yourself too, because I think a lot of times, especially in it's the professional setting and stuff, you don't really want to be yourself, but you'll get a lot more out of it if you just act like yourself.
One thing for me was it was really important just for networking, really. So I'm meeting a lot of different people that are in the community. I was able to lean on different people, and I thought that was really important.
And now we get to go to the chamber lunches, and you walk in and you get to see people and get hugs from all of your friends, and we get to keep reconnecting with each other, which is great.
We are taking over the ice cream social for all new families to Lakota. It's an annual event, and it's going to be a Saturday in September. And it's just a fun 2-hour, kids come and play, parents learn about the district, they meet people, learn more about our communities. Anybody who's new to Lakota is welcome. All the work that everybody's done. We've already stuffed our 900 bags. We're going to come together and make all the phone calls to invite all the families to our ice cream social, and it's been amazing how everybody has just jumped in.